So Tim, you've got a lot of really fun things set up with these Bullseyes and the Bullseye Dash
I do.
for this automatic pump down solution that you did for this customer. Why did you do that? And how did the onboard patented analytics help you demonstrate this solution?
Well, I love that question. Okay, so here is the pressure at the inlet of the turbo pump. The reason I chose a line graph is because I want to see how that changes over time. For instance, you can see the vacuum was quite low before the gate valve opened to start pulling down on the vessel, and then as soon as we opened up that gate valve, whoosh, it went up. So this historical perspective for the line graph is very useful to see. Over here, I also chose a line graph because the same pump that's being used to rough out the four line is also being used to rough out the entire chamber. So I like to see where the four line is at to make sure that stays below 1 torr.
And this is nice because this is actually monitoring the capacitance manometer on the system, and you've got a very accurate depiction of when the turbo pump took over and started bringing that vacuum into that high vacuum range outside the roughing vacuum range.
Yep,
So
for sure.
it's a nice demonstration of that.
Yeah, and this allows me to see vacuum over time. So when I'm looking for that instantaneous blip, this line graph is a perfect thing to see. Whereas here, we're monitoring the inlet of the rough pump. And here I use a bar graph. And the reason I use the bar graph is because it gives me this instantaneous view of, hey, what's going on? I'll give you a quick example. You just keep focusing on that gauge. What will happen is I just
That was a
pulled-
vent to the system, right?
that it was a vent to the system, then I quickly roughed it out. And so what happened is
Oh, it actually turned to say outgas.
it did. And in this case, what it really meant to say is, hey,
Uh-oh.
the vacuum pressure went up. But what this
There was a leak on the system, but you meant to do that.
indeed. But just looking at those bar graphs, it gives me an instantaneous view. Am I going up in pressure, more bars, or down in pressure, less bars?
Great. Thanks.